again, hope everyone's doing well. Today's video is going to be about two rookie cards which I've never talked about on this channel, and I think they're very underrated cards of genuine superstars of the last 15 years. So the two players I'm talking about are Tom Hawkins and Alex Rance. On either side of the ground, they're both five-time All-Australians. Rance is probably the premier fullback of the last 15 years, 20 years. And Hawkins is right up there of the best full forwards of our generation. So why aren't their rookie cards talked about at all? And I think it's a really interesting story of how they came about and probably the mistakes Select made in the way they put out their cards and why they're not seen as much today. So I'm going to get straight into the story of how their cards were produced. From 2006 to 2009, it might actually have been longer than that, but that's definitely the period I know this happened. There was a normal rookie subset. So in the, say, for example, 2008 champions, you have the Patrick Dangerfield rookie and the Sirioli rookie from the champions set. The one we all know is printed to about 1,000 copies of each. I'll probably put a photo up here just for reference. But in addition to that, many people didn't know, and I didn't know until kind of recently, there was an extra subset of rookies. But to get this, you had to redeem either all 16 premiership predictors or you had to redeem the winning team's premiership predictor. And if you redeemed all 16, you get all 16 rookies. There were only 16 teams at that point. And if you got the premiership card of the actual premiers, then you get a premiership subset with their rookie included. As you can imagine, it would be pretty tough to collect all 16 of the premiership cards, and why would you want to if they're not your team? It's a strange choice for Select to do this, and I think this would lead to not many people collecting those sets, but that's what makes these rookies really interesting. So I'll put up a photo here. This is from one of the premiership cards, and it has that rule, all 16 or one of the eventual premiers. And Hawkins and Rance are one of each. With Rance, Richmond didn't win the premiership, so to get Rance's rookie card, you had to redeem all 16 of premiership predictors, and those were only numbered out of 400. So there's 400 total Rance rookies that Select produced, but how many of these would have actually got redeemed? In my eyes, it can't have been more than 100, a couple hundred at the absolute max. And it could have realistically been something like 50 cards. Now, I'm not sure whether this was very popular back in the day where people would collect the whole set and then redeem the rookies, but I would imagine it's a lot of hard work and people just wouldn't bother. At the end of the day, they'd just try and buy the cards from their own team. Hawkins, on the other hand, Geelong won the premiership in the year 2007 when his rookie was made. So I think a lot more of these would have been actually redeemed with the Geelong premiership set. It makes sense if you're a Geelong collector, you're going to want to buy that card and you're going to want to redeem that set. So out of the 400 sets, maybe 200 to 300 were redeemed. But even then, you've got a card of an all-time great, a rookie card that has a population of at most 400, and for the Rance, it could be under 100, let's be honest. So I think these two are super kind of mysterious options. Personally, I've picked them up over the past year myself. The Hawkins for $35 and the Rance for $50. Now $50 for a non-high-end rookie, and when I say high-end, I'm talking about, your Dusties, Danger, Fife, those kind of guys, is a tad risky, but for me there's huge upside because, as I've said 1,000 times in this video, the Rance card could actually have an extremely low population, and I doubt it's going to be growing anytime soon. As a side note, I think Tom Hawkins' progression from a reliable, stable team legend to a competition-wide legend over the past 4 years has been super interesting. I mean, he only had one All-Australian up to the age of 30 or 31, and then from the ages of 30 to 34 or 35, he's now got 5 All-Australians all up, which is really crazy when you think about it. And obviously, Rance has the 5 All-Australians as well, so I think Rance probably has a slightly better legacy just because he's seen as the best fullback of the last 15-20 years, but Hawkins is definitely getting up there, and I think over the past couple years he's actually gone above, say, a Jack Riewoldt, whereas 5 years ago, if you told me Tom Hawkins would be seen as having a better career than Jack Riewoldt, I'd be calling you crazy. But I really think that is the reality at the moment. They've got very similar stats. And the way Hawkins plays is very unselfish and gives a lot of goal assists. He probably is one of the highest goal assists forward in the league over the past 15 years. So he is definitely deserving of all the plaudits he's getting at the moment, and especially if you can add another premiership to his list, that would be something special this year. So those are two new cards I'm adding to this channel, which I think are very interesting propositions for the future, and I'm very happy to have them in my collection. Now, investment wise, I don't think they're going to boom anytime soon, but I'm glad I have them just for the collection, and I think they have an awesome story behind them. So that's all for this video, and I hope to see you next time. Cheers.